Robberies in New Kingston, St. Andrew are on the rise, and with more young people working in the business process outsourcing BPO centers in the area, they are being targeted by thieves on motorcycles. This evening, the story of 3 victims. TVJ's DASHAN Hendricks reports.
The women, who all prefer to go by their first names, Natalie, Tanique, and Mel, were all victims of bike robbers, men who they say were well dressed, leading them to believe they were couriers. These kind of robberies in New Kingston, St. Andrew in the broad daylight are not new, but it seems nothing has been done to stem them, given that they continue. Natalie, Tanique, and Mel hope that by coming forward, more people will be made aware of what's happening. One by one, they tell their story.
Back in December, I had a really horrifying experience, as you mentioned. I'm at work. It's just a normal day around this time of the day, around 2, 3 o'clock. I'm coming out and I'm on my way to the machine because we just got paid, and I'm going to the machine to get some money to go get something to eat on my lunch. And I'm walking, minding my business and going on, and it's like I saw these guys coming down or coming close to me on a bike, but I didn't find it suspicious. Reason being is they were just professional. And in New Kingston, you always see guys on the bike. If who's not delivering pizza is queuing for the bank, and they're always here. So I'm walking, going about my business, and then all of a sudden I feel myself on the floor and pulling, like literally pulling on the floor. When I looked up, I realized that it's the guys on the bike. Someone grabbed my bag and was literally pulling me behind of the bike.
Natalie says though her ordeal happened in the busy early afternoon between 2 and 3 p.m., people went about their business as if nothing happened, and she was only helped by a woman who said she was afraid to intervene after seeing the pillion carrying a gun. Her co-worker Tanique had a similar experience just last week Thursday as she left work after 5 in the evening. Tanique said she was at the bus stop with 5 other people when 4 men on bikes approached and began to rob them, taking phones from the males and bags from the females.
So I take out my phone because I grab phone and bag. So they grab my phone and say, "Oh, me stab you if you ever move or say nothing." There were 2 the NCB security guard. Them literally turned back and run into the NCB. They run back into the NCB, sauce there, persons are driving past, nobody said anything, and then the man looked at me and pushed me into the wall and drive off.
Mel's experience was just Thursday, returning to work from lunch.
On my way up on the Knoxford Boulevard, when I got to Porsche, my manager called me. So I had my phone in my jacket, so I didn't want to take it out. So I looked in my jacket and I saw that it was my manager that was calling me. So I decided to answer. So when I answered the phone, by the time I said, "Hey, what's up? What about the shift trade?" I just felt someone grab my face and my phone was gone. And he rode all the way up on the strip and went through the light. And when I shouted out, "Hey, somebody just grabbed my phone," everybody's looking at me like, nobody cares.
They say the men wear no disguise. All the women say they now cower when they hear bikes coming towards them. Natalie and Mel say they made a report to the police post in New Kingston, where they found out that the police are aware of the situation. I went to the post to verify their claims. On the way, more women told me they were victims of bike robbers, but didn't want to speak to the media about it. Inside, I met a police corporal who said he was not at liberty to speak on any issue without being given a directive from his superiors. He reached out to the sub-officer in charge of the New Kingston police post in a brief telephone conversation and said he was instructed to tell me to direct my queries to the Constabulary Communications Unit, CCU. I did, and the CCU responded saying the police have noticed an upsurge in robberies in New Kingston, both in the days and nights. In addition, it said strategies are being worked on to stem the robberies, not only in New Kingston, but also in the environs where joggers are targeted in the mornings. Meanwhile, the police are asking persons to increase their awareness and take precautions to protect themselves and valuables, and to report any incident, including to Crime Stop at 311. DASHAN Hendricks, TVJ News.